Hi guys, welcome. If you're wondering what that little landing gear and those 4 little blocks above it is, it's a projector and a battery. Now, if some of you are relatively used to playing Space Engineers, that right there is basically a projection thing that most builders build for small grids and whatnot. What I'm going to build is something that I've put together within a few minutes and called Magic, and basically just, well, hope that it worked. I've tested it with a previous rover because I didn't actually have this blueprinted, this rover. I'm hoping that it fits. I'm hoping that I can fly it down there. If not, the ship I've made does have, oh hello, magic mode where that's flicking between 3 and 4. But I'm hoping the way I've built it is there's enough things that we can change so we can make it into a hydrogen ship. Now, here are some of the things we're going to be needing. Right, 2 power cells, 1 large steel tube. Bang, bang, bang. Oh god, no, not 2, just 1. Oh, we've already done it. Oh, okay. Basically, the reason why it's already done is, well, just basically, I started recording and it didn't start. It stopped about a quarter of the way through of me building the ship at first. This is actually the second time me building the ship on this world. But the first time it cocked up, so I rolled back and rolled up though. But yeah, let's get a control panel on this thing. I need a steel plate. Just nip one off that. Right. Projector, blueprints, small grids, projector, vertical offset, 1. Magic. Right. Let's put that in there. Right. While we're waiting for that to build, we need to put hydrogen in. May as well do that. Where's our? There it is. Right. Not really too worried about the bulletproof glass, we'll sort that out in a minute. Right, there we go. Now, I know there is a block there somewhere. There we go. Oh, we've got a small conveyor finally. Don't want the battery yet. Right. Let's clear my build planner. Right. 1. It's not letting me click it. Basically a fuck ton of each. No, I would like to add conveyor, and I need to add three. Right, if I do K, add that, right. Now if I go to G, right, and then I go to conveyor, okie dokie, and then if I go like that, into there again, like that, wait, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be a lot. Yep. Right, now. I think I worked out to be like 20 sign code engines. So, inventory. Oh no, G first. Right, now I need to find atmospheric. Atmospheric thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do 6, then I can go 6, 12, 24. Do one more for luck. Now, one thing I want to do. We have enough cobalt. What about nickel? Let's start. If we go down there like so. Put you in there and switch you two around. Okay. Right, let's start building some of this lot. I forgot interior plates, didn't I? Whoopsies. Let's build you up first. Right, nice. Not going to build you up all the way, otherwise you'll be literally impossible to maneuver around. If I need to end up moving around you. Right. Get them both functional. Are they both functional? Yes, they are. About to say, I'm not after a power cell, I'm just after that. Right. Half of that's done. Right, okie dokie. Right, and now I need to add get some more of those. Right, and before we forget, we will do this side real quick. As long as we can get like the main shape, I know how to build it. Alright, and now let's start getting all these built up. Then this is an O2, yeah, it's a flipping generator thing. Alright, if we don't have any steel plates, what a delight. Alright, now what I would like to do, I would like to get 1, 2, 3, about 30 steel plates done. Right, okie dokie. There is a lot of crap in there. Oh yeah, most that's for the engines, ain't it? Right, what I might do then is let's fully build this patch. What do we need? 5 power cells. We can sort of work backwards. Well, to be honest, either way. Just check I'm recording. Thank God. But I say, if I'm not recording again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Start the video halfway through. Right, that's that. Now, what do I actually have on my person? nothing. Like, we have the 30 thing for this. Right. And even if this doesn't work, we can actually work on something else, because what I would like to do is eventually have like modular storage, like storage that can be transferred between ships. We could probably fit like make 2 full cargo containers before stuff starts going wrong, maybe. Sort of a guess there. Right, what I want to do. You are at half full storage at the moment. Right, I'm going to chuck everything in connector 2 is stuff to do with this build. I'm going to let all of those engines and other things build. See, I am expecting little loss, so I'm expecting to have parts missing, but I'm not expecting to have like a lot of parts missing. So I'm not really too worried if we need to rebuild some parts. Hopefully it's one that stays still. What are we gonna get today? Cow gloves. So excited for those cow gloves. Swear down, I always like tend to get like the weird crap that no one wants. To be fair, then. Oh god, my energy is low. They're not even worth much on the flipping Steam store. That's where all my duplicate items end up. Oh, we've got a spare thing. If we take like the other important parts, I'm not really worried about iron plates and whatnot. There you go, just that crap. And hopefully we get up here before our energy runs out. Should do a challenge. Oh, 18, 17. No, I'm not gonna mess around. It's no my luck, I'll do that and I actually die. I didn't actually check if there was lightning rods actually, I should probably do that. Before I do anything, let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, and do that. Right, now we drop. Right. Are there lightning rods? Offset spotlights, rotating light. I am tempted to get the Wasteland DRC because they have exhausts, don't they? Yeah, exhaust pipes. Alright. Let's see how well all this is doing. Let's get as much as this. Work on a few engines at a time. We need construction components. Construction components is what we need. Motors as well. Fuck. No, why?
Energy critical.
Yeah, what I'll do, I will get these engines partly built. Large steel tubes, metal grids, basically just get a whole new inventory of items now. F. We have enough cobalt. Let's transfer 100 of these back. Right. Need those, we need those, obviously.
No energy.
Ah, be quiet. I feel like no energy is going to happen a fair few more times. No, that'll do. There we go. Construction components, large steel tube, and metal brick again. All the engines in this are built, no they're not. Right, they're all built. Right, the first side of it's built. Kind of, I still need to put the hydrogen engine down on it, but... Okay. Right, do we have anything for this yet? Large steel tube, computers, small steel tubes, construction components. Bet we get all that from this. Just need some large steel tubes. Computers. Wait, we've nowhere near got enough iron. Oh. Okay. Let me just finish off whatever I've got in inventory real quick. Alright.
Energy low.
We apparently need to go get some iron. Let's refill my energy, which will also refill my hydrogen. I feel like this video is going to have a few parts, unless it's a full-length video like an hour. I don't really want it to be an hour, because the problem I have is if my videos are too long, no one watches them. If they're too short, then there's no content. This is why most YouTubers do like 25 to 45-minute videos, because it's like the most effective time range. We definitely need to, like, I'm happy we are building a ship of sorts to get crap now, because otherwise most of our episodes, because I didn't want to get to like episode 10 and only start building it and still be flying down here to do stuff like this. Because what my plan is once that ship's built, we literally use it to pick up the rover, fly it down, we literally park it there, like where the cliff stops. We mark it on the map or give it like a GPS whatever called landing zone, and we use the rover to get it around. And unless the rover runs out of battery, there is no need to use that ship unless we are going further out. Which that is what my plan is. It's probably extremely inefficient, I'm not lying, but you know, like, to be fair, I didn't even wait for anyone to respond to me on Reddit, because I'd already thought, like, it takes everyone ages to respond on Reddit, especially on space engineers topics, but when it comes to pistons, I forgot that they don't go down to like the ground, because I honestly I forgot that you would need about 20 pistons just to get up. Well, the majority of this mountain, like 3/4 of it. And by the time you placed them, you may as well have just placed a ramp. Like, I'm not even joking. Bang. If we do that. It's iron 2. That plan. I have a plan. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the rover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to park it near the edge. And with that, I will then make trips to the rover instead of going straight to the base, because then I can just park the rover on the docking port bay thing. Have we transferred everything from the rover? Right. Refinery. And we've got like a tiny little bit there. What I want to do is, if I do that real quick, do that, something like that, then have like silicone, nickel, go back to silicone. I'll have that nickel done first, so we can just sweat out that. Then whatever else we can fit in there, really. There we go, I'm happy with that. Oh, there's like a green mist coming off the wheels. It's kind of cool. Have they made it so you can see like where the tracks are yet? No, they haven't. That sort of sucks. A green, like that like dusty mist is new though, especially for me. This is what I mean. Oh, that's sick. You can see where you've been. It's amazing. Right, what I'll do is I'll get to 3.25. And I'll slap on the parking brake. Right, see you in 2 seconds. Because in that way you could just run it to the rover and then we could drive the rover back up. It's like the shortest amount of space saved, but it just makes us use the rover really. See, this is what I mean. Like, I'm itching to use the rover. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, when we go out and get resources, I'm just itching to use the rover. I feel like that when we built it in the first episode, we maybe shouldn't have, but we should have built a ship with that. To be fair, like when we first started, but
Inventory.
I'm not really too bothered that we made a mistake by not actually realizing or taking into consideration how high we are up. Because to be fair, like the first thing I think of is getting down a base, getting down a mode of transport, and then looking around the area. But you know, it would eventually be nice to have like some form of way of driving up there without having to use another vehicle, but I don't reckon that'll be for a while. But to be fair, I would like to make a hangar inside a rock this series, like in a mountainside, sorry. And basically I want to get a base put in. I want to build a regional base with multiple vehicles, so if we lose one in ship-to-ship combat, which is what I reckon will happen eventually, because at the moment I think it's where I haven't wandered so far off yet. I haven't wandered far enough yet to start triggering the NPC spawns. Where there's been so many updates, I haven't kept like reading the patches, so I'm not too sure how NPCs work. To be fair, I'm surprised we haven't seen a few cargo ships fly over yet. But you know, I feel like if we had seen one, I would have gone to that and hijacked the ship and that would have been like, oh hey, episode 2 in space. You know. At least this way, like, people that are relatively new to Space Engineers or don't play it consistently, like me, can sort of look back at their footage and go, oh, that's how I did that. And, you know, so it's all like that, really. I think I need, like, I think, was it like 7,000 signed cod iron? I think one of those is, I think one lot is 1k. So I reckon we'll completely mine out nodes 2. I reckon I want to go back with a full rover, so see where I thought I was going to build like a piston device, I didn't actually think I would need all this iron, so that's why we didn't get it. I didn't think I'd be building shit, but my previous plan that I wanted to do just wasn't going to work, so we are left with no other choice. And besides, now we can build a shit and perhaps go further around than we want to. Oh, look at all that. To be fair, I'll even get the walls of it because I don't want to leave like a hollow stone. Which doesn't look that nice. I might leave it because when I do upload this to become a server, like a public server for you guys that watch this video play on, then you guys can, if you guys find like my area that I'm in, you can sort of pick up the other bits I leave behind, because I know like some players don't leave anything else for other players. Like, I used to be on a server that had like custom NPCs and whatnot, but there was one player that used to have this big, huge ship that he used just for mining. I kid you not, it probably had about 15 drills on just the front end. But either way, when he went to mine site, he would literally go around it and find the stones to make it harder for players. Because someone did that to him, then he stole their ship and started doing it to other players, because that's how he had to start the server. So he felt like everyone else had to start like how he did. I know it's a bit of a long stretched way of saying it, but do we use like 40 hydrogen every time we fly out? I feel like on the way there we use like a tank. So it's about 10% per run. I reckon we get this to the rover, then we do we chance it and go for one more run? Yeah, we'll chance it, go for one more run, and if it goes wrong, we'll try get another way up. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run to the edge. No, I'm not. .5. Start gliding. Gets 2. Float. Gets 1.5. Glide. Every like kilometer or something. Every like half kilometer, I change how I thingy there. Just feel like it's a more effective way of using my hydrogen instead of wasting it.
Inventory full.
Now we just have to sort of go there. We only have 5% in our hydrogen tank if I now have calculated that correctly. So we should be able to get there with like the tiniest amount of. We should be able to get there with like 50% hydrogen in our tank, unless 5% does a full tank, which doesn't make sense. Yeah, it went. I was almost right. Inventory. This is what I feared, because when I let go it started slowly going back down. That's what I sort of feared. Oh, the tracks are still there. Wonder how long it takes for them to disappear. Cause that alone must be like quite a fair bit of data being written. When you load back into areas, it must have to read it. Especially, I bet it causes havoc on servers in like heavily played areas. Right, do a U-turn, start going backwards. That's perfectly lined up. 1, 2, 3. Bang. Now let's do some messing around with what's actually in my refinery. Right, now we should be able to start making stuff. Correct? Yes. Right. What I'm going to do is just going to call this part 1. Next episode is going to be part 2. They might be both uploaded within the same day. It might not. Depends on if I have any other videos that I have already made, if that makes sense. But stay tuned. I will call this part 1. Next episode in part 2 we should hopefully finish this and test it, and hopefully it goes correctly and not wrong. I'm sort of like, is it gonna go wrong or is it not? So so stay tuned for part 2, guys. I shall see you there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.